Hi guys, I'm Nimisha. Hope you're doing well. Well, the second part of this video is about how to begin your preparation. So there are 5 things that you need to do even before you start preparing. The very first thing to do is know how much score you want. Now I know all of us want the maximum possible score, and why not? We should aim for it. But in case of GMAT, the different MBA colleges accept different range of scores. The cutoff score for every year differs, and more or less the average remains the same. Most of the colleges display the score. Otherwise, if you Google, you will still find these scores floating around. Now you need to decide which college do you want to go. You can have a list of those colleges, go and check their website, their program website, or Google and get to know how much score is generally accepted in these colleges. See what is the average score of all the colleges that you are targeting. Maybe target a 10 or 20 points above that and start your preparation. The second thing to do is to know your deadlines. Now each college has a different application deadline. Based on this deadline, you will have to decide when do you want to begin your preparation. The third thing is to know where do you currently stand. Now all of us have studied basic English and basic mathematics, I'm assuming that, in our 10th and 12th standard. Now GMAT exam is no different, it is not a rocket science. But at the same time, most of us have been out of touch, and therefore we need to prepare for this exam. So before you've started your preparation, you would give a diagnostic test and understand what is your current score. Based on your current score, do some analysis of it. Break it down into English and maths, and also if you have written the IR section, that and the essay, and see how much you have scored overall. What is your areas of weaknesses? What are your strengths? If you want to repeat the exam, you're not sure, you felt that it was a fluke, write another diagnostic test. I know it is a cumbersome task, but it is very important, because unless and until you don't know where you are, how will you know where you want to reach? Well, by now you have a clear understanding of what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what topics do you need to put more attention to, and therefore you are ready to decide on your examination date. Now typically your exam date should be at least 15 to 20 days away from the nearest application deadline. The sooner you give the exam, the more time you have to decide on how to write your application. Also, I would like to add this additional point here, that even though a lot of colleges have multiple rounds of application deadline, it is always better to apply in the round 1, because you have more chances of getting a scholarship in the round 1. Once you have gone through step 1, 2, 3 and 4, now it's time to get to some action. What you will do is look at your current work schedule or your study schedule and see actually how much time are you able to make out for specifically studying for the GMAT. Now the thing here is, when you will Google about how much time you should spend on preparing for the GMAT exam, you will get answers ranging from 1 week, 1 month, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years and whatnot. But the reality is that most of these people are talking about the same thing. You might need somewhere around 200 to 300 hours for studying for GMAT. How you manage those 200 to 300 hours is completely up to you. If you have a very busy schedule like I had, then you might take more time. Now I know plenty of people who actually studied for lesser than a month and were still able to write the GMAT and score above 700. But in those cases, I know for sure that those people took time completely off their work. They were at home and studying for 12 to 14 hours, sometimes even more. Well, whereas I did not take even 1 week of break before writing the exam. So on a typical day, I had only about 2 to 3 hours which I could dedicate for studying. In that case, it took me around 4 months to do the preparation. But if I calculate the actual number of hours that I spend on the preparation, it ranges somewhere between 200 to 250 hours. So depending on that, you need to clear your schedule, know what kind of arrangements you would have to make. If you need to change your routine, do that, because once you've started the preparation, the one thing which will keep you going and will make sure that you do achieve your desired score is consistency. And for that, you need to be of very clear head of how much time are you going to dedicate on everyday basis. Now let me summarize the 5 things that you need to do even before you've started your preparation. Number 1, know your target score. Number 2, know your application deadlines. Number 3, know your current score, where you're currently standing, your strengths and your weaknesses topic wise. Number 4, decide on a tentative date for writing the exam. Number 5, know your actual schedule and how much time are you going to dedicate for this exam specifically. Once you have this kind of clarity, trust me, the journey becomes much easier than the chaos that it was before. The next video is going to be about the actual preparation, what materials to refer to, and what to do, what not to do during the preparation. Also, if you have missed out on the previous video and are still confused whether the GMAT exam is for you or not, click on the link above. If you liked this video and found it useful, do share it with your friends who are planning to write the GMAT or are looking to do an MBA in the near future. Like this video and subscribe to my channel. Take care. Bye.